Welcome back everybody to Altcoin Daily. My name is Aaron. This is a video that you do not want to miss. There are so many big stories happening in cryptocurrency today. In this video, we're going to go over all of them. I'm going to talk to you about Cardano. Is it bullish? Is it bearish? I'll give you my thoughts. I want to talk to you about privacy coins, including Monero, including Zcash, possibly transitioning to proof of stake. This is interesting. I want to talk to you about DeFi, including dYdX. I want to talk about Bitcoin, Ethereum, of course. Tons of interesting things happening around us in cryptocurrency. If you blink, you're going to miss it. Before we get into any of this, I do want to preface, however, and say, we're kind of in this chop solidation mode right now. The bottom, most likely in my opinion. We've recently rallied, broken some resistance, and now I think what we're going to see is a retest of resistance turned to support. But basically, where we are right now is just kind of chop solidation. But when you look at fundamentals, here's the thing. Let's just talk about this very conservatively. I think if you've been a subscriber to our channel for a while now, you understand the bull case for Bitcoin. You understand the bull case for Ethereum. Most of the world does not understand why they would buy Ethereum or why they would buy Bitcoin, let alone any other cryptocurrency which, you can make an investor's thesis for. So it speaks to the fact, we're just so early in this, and Bitcoin and Ethereum are going through massive supply shocks right now. And most of the world is in the darks. So think about it like this. EIP-1559 is about to launch in just a few days. The day it launches, probably going to be a buy the rumor, sell the news type thing. But over time, once EIP-1559 is implemented, every single time somebody sells ETH via a DEX, this will be bullish for the price of Ethereum. Why is that? Because every single decentralized exchange trade on layer 1 has to pay gas fees in ETH, and most of those fees will be burnt because of EIP-1559. So they're changing their tokenomics. We invented bullish selling, checkmate bears, and it's not just this with ETH. The amount of ETH getting locked in the staking ETH 2.0 protocol continues to grow. ETH continues to just flow through different DeFi protocols. That's taking supply off the market, that's sucking supply, and ETH in general is leaving exchanges like we've never seen before. So Ethereum, hugely bullish as we go into ETH 2.0 over the next year to 2 years. Bitcoin, hugely bullish this cycle, and probably for many cycles. Bitcoin is getting accumulated hardcore. The level of buying that we're seeing on this dip is comparable to the level of buying and the level of accumulation we saw in the bear market. That's how hard people are buying Bitcoin right now. Don't sleep on this. Just like we saw, this happens for so long and then the price shoots up. And this is like the S-curves of adoption we see with Bitcoin. So let's talk about price. Bitcoin to surpass 120,000 in a year. This is according to a very smart guy, the CEO of Pantera Capital. He also went on to say, going further with his predictions, he puts the price of Bitcoin as high as 700,000 within this next decade. So that's what we're talking about. I think that is totally possible. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And guess what? ETH2 will help Ether outpace Bitcoin this cycle and over the next couple of years. Ether has more potential than Bitcoin as a newer cryptocurrency, and the latest EIP-1559 will help the token trade more like a fixed asset. I tend to agree with this as well. We have an interview with Raoul Pal coming out in a few days. Look forward to that. He talks all about his Ethereum investor's thesis. We talk about Cardano, talk about all sorts of stuff. But before we get into Cardano, let's talk about this. This is huge. Don't sleep on this because this might be the future. Miami, the city, is set to launch its own cryptocurrency. It will reward users in Bitcoin. The coin will allow investors to earn rewards, all while supporting the city. Miami's own cryptocurrency, MiamiCoin, will launch today. Cryptocurrency will essentially allow people to invest in Miami by buying the coin. It's almost like a social token. Money raised will be used to fund projects and events in Miami. Pretty interesting. So the idea is that people will support Miami by buying or mining MiamiCoin, and the funds will be diverted to the city's treasury. Wow. MiamiCoin will be the first city coin released. City coin is a project that allows people to invest in a city by buying the token. It works with local governments so that those who invest are rewarded in Bitcoin, because this is put together by Stacks. Stacks is basically a protocol that allows you to build on top of Bitcoin. So this is a very Bitcoin-centric social coin that they're releasing. Stacks, the native cryptocurrency of the protocol used to build things on the Bitcoin blockchain. Quote, MiamiCoin can be mined or bought by individuals who want to support the Magic City and earn crypto yield from the Stacks protocol. MiamiCoin additionally benefits holders by allowing them to stack and earn yield through the Stacks protocol. So this is a first of its kind. What happens when this is successful? What happens when 2 cities start doing this? What happens when 5 cities start doing this? 10 cities? What happens when 10 cities in 10 countries start doing this? And we're here on the ground floor. Let's talk about some different altcoins. Why Cardano is still holding strong despite this market crash. So Cardano is actually showing some significant strength despite, everything correcting so much in the past 3 months. And Cardano corrected, yet it's still holding over $1. So let's talk about maybe why that is. Cardano's native token ADA has shown strong support in the $1 to $1.20 range. Investors staking Cardano look to be helping it maintain the support. So like 70% of Cardano is staked. The strong community surrounding Cardano is also helping to keep people interested despite development setbacks. So it speaks to how strong Cardano is. It's got a huge community, huge grassroots support, and that's important for different protocols. One last thing on Bitcoin, and this crypto in general actually. Sandwich shop Quiznos is now accepting Bitcoin. Quiznos teamed up with Bakkt to pioneer a new and innovative payment method for customers to purchase their next meal with Bitcoin. Any OG subscribers of this channel will remember in 2018 and 2019 how Bakkt was touted. The New York Stock Exchange is Bakkt is touted as, going to bring the bull market back. Bitcoin was 6,000 at the time, 4,000 at the time. Talked about this happening with Starbucks. Well, now it's years later. It's happening. It's not that big of a deal, but prices are a whole lot higher. So, this is a net positive for sure. Obviously, Quiznos just wants to stay in the conversation, and Bitcoin is the conversation right now. Privacy coin Zcash weighing proof of stake move. It looks like Zcash could be planning to move to a proof of stake consensus mechanism in place of its current proof of work algorithm. So the Zcash founder, Zuko Wilcox, wants to move Zcash to proof of stake. The primary concern isn't the environment, he says, but greater security at a lower cost. The CEO believes the value prop of privacy coins has never been greater than now. Of course he thinks that. Zcash is kind of like the, a privacy coin that has like a business and CEO behind it. And, money being able to change like this just on a whim of a CEO, it's probably not a great store of value. Personally pretty hands-off with Zcash. You tell me what you think in the comments below. We'll get to another protocol in just a second, privacy protocol, Monero. Before that, DeFi platform dYdX is launching a governance token. I think we're going to see more and more of this. DeFi margin trading platform dYdX is launching its own token. It will be used to decide how the protocol evolves. So this is similar to previous governance token launches. A portion of the initial supply will be distributed to past users of the protocol who meet certain conditions. In this case, 7.5% of the supply will go to previous dYdX users, and token allocations are to take place over the next 5-year period. If you're using dYdX, in a sense, it follows in the footsteps of projects such as Uniswap and Compound, two of the blue chips, both of which have decentralized their governance structures through the retroactive airdropping of tokens to their user base. So Uniswap and Compound were both, doing fine before they had tokens, and then they released these governance tokens to their community, and, the community has largely held on or just, been supportive, and it's a pretty interesting way to develop a community around tokens, giving them to people who already regularly use your protocol. It's kind of a good idea, I think. At least it's a better idea than many things we've seen. The governance token will be used to decide the future direction of the protocol, and token holders will be able to vote on proposals to add new features, just like Uniswap. dYdX enables a robust economy around governance, rewards, and staking, each designed to drive further growth and decentralization of dYdX, resulting in a better experience for the users, the team wrote. So they're going in the way of Uniswap and Compound. Interesting move. Let's talk about Monero. Actually, kind of Monero peripherally, the face of Monero, not that it has a face, but this guy's maybe the most famous guy, Fluffypony, an ex-Monero developer, has been in jail for 2 weeks over theft at Cookie Company. Ricardo Spagni is accused of committing invoice fraud during his time at Cape Cookies. So this has nothing to do with crypto. This has nothing to do with Monero. They're jailing him for, seems like, a minor infraction. Is this because he's so heavily involved in privacy and crypto, or is it just a coincidence? I'll let you be the judge. Get back safe, Ricardo. We need you, Fluffypony. That is it for me today, my friends. Make sure you check out our interview with Brian Harrington talking about putting Bitcoin in your retirement account and Bitcoin meetups and the circular economy in general. Besides that, we just recorded an interview with Raoul Paul. We talk about Ethereum, we talk about Cardano, we talk about all sorts of altcoins. It's going to be a great interview. Look forward to that. We have an interview dropping with Will Clement III. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing his name. He's the 19-year-old Bitcoin on-chain analyst who works with Pomp. That's going to be great. He takes us through some charts. If you want to support the channel, easy thing you can do is get a t-shirt, get a mug, and then tweet it at us if you have one or you're wearing one, and we'll retweet it because I think all of this stuff is pretty cool. I prefer the t-shirt and the mug. The socks are still cool. Get whatever you want. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.